Military to release 381 ex-terrorists, urges empowerment monitoring by states. The military has announced plans to release 381 rehabilitated ex-terrorists in March 2025, urging state governments to ensure their proper reintegration through monitoring and empowerment programs. Speaking at a stakeholders meeting in Abuja on Tuesday, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, said a total of 789 ex-combatants are undergoing rehabilitation, with 381 expected to graduate in 2025. Represented by the Chief of Defense Policy and Plans, Air Vice Marshal Shayi Olatunde Musa stressed the need for proper reintegration of the repentant terrorists to sustain the gains made by Operation Safe Corridor. He urged the state governments to play an active role in the transition process by deploying security measures to track and monitor integrated individuals. Musa said, "I therefore say that conforming law with localities ensures the proper integration of the first of two parties consisting of 381 clients. It is also important to mention that upon graduation from the scheme, each client will be provided with some personal items as well as startup packs based on the three acquired, including their families. This is to enable them to set up small businesses and start a new life. Accordingly, I urge benefiting state governments to facilitate the seamless reintegration of the ex-combatants by providing additional support to ease the transitional process." Hey, who did this to Nigeria? Who did this to Africa? I can go on and on. What is going on here? What? And then these are people's reactions. This person said, in the South, ordinary citizens are shot on sight by the army under mere suspicion of criminal activities. In the North, terrorists are not only rehabilitated, but they are also empowered after wiping out entire town and villages. Okay? Then another person reacted and said, "This is part of the reason Canada denied you and your colleagues visa. It is only in Nigeria that terrorists are rehabilitated and reintegrated back into society. What happens to those families that have been destroyed and separated? What about their victims? Where is justice in this country?" And then another person said, "Who granted Nigeria's military the authority to rehabilitate terrorists and release notorious terrorists to states for monitoring? What resources does the Nigerian government possess to effectively monitor these individuals once they are in their communities? Where else in the world do we see this kind of integration of terrorists?" The kind of things we see happen in Africa, in Nigeria, is very laughable. And this is the only place you can find this rubbish. Like, you see people agitating for their rights over marginalization. They tag them terrorists. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention after being kidnapped from Kenya. He's been tagged a terrorist, unarmed civilian that has not deleted anybody, just because he's fighting for the freedom of his people that are being marginalized in Nigeria. Okay, now this group of people that have been deleting others, you are reintegrating them. In fact, every day I ask, who will salvage Nigeria? And it's getting worse by the day. You're integrating them into the system as what? To come and do what? People that are terrorists, that have done a lot of atrocity, do they deserve a second chance? Where is it done? Like I've always talked about, even in Niger, you see them say they've dropped arms. They've dropped arms. And so they dropped arms. What next? Are they supposed to be reintegrated? People that have committed such crimes. It is only in Africa you find such rubbish. Are they supposed to be reintegrated? Eh? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how we got here. I don't know.